So you've poured your heart and soul into building an amazing application. It's smart, it's sleek, it's ready to go. But now comes the big question, maybe the most important one. Where is this code of yours actually going to live?
Seriously, think about it. It's a simple question on the surface, but when you start looking, you're hit with all these options. App Engine, Cloud Functions, Cloud Run, what's the deal with all of them? And picking the right one is absolutely crucial. It affects your app's performance, how much you end up paying, and frankly, your own sanity as a developer.
To cut through all that confusion, we're going to do something a little different today. We're going to think of these cloud services as a kind of real estate market. Yep, we're going house hunting for your code. We'll look at everything from a fully managed apartment to a super high-tech portable home to find that perfect fit. All right, first stop on our tour, App Engine. I want you to think of this one as the managed apartments. This is what we call a platform as a service, or PaaS, and its whole reason for being is to make your life way, way easier. With App Engine, Google is basically your building manager. They take care of all the annoying stuff, right? The servers, the security patches, the health checks, making sure everything scales up when you get a ton of traffic, all of it. You just get to focus on your code, the cool stuff you're putting inside your apartment. You let the platform handle the plumbing. And this right here really gets to the heart of why you'd choose App Engine. It is perfect for when your number one goal is to just stop worrying about operations and just ship features as fast as you can. It's literally built for rapid development, and it has these fantastic tools for versioning and traffic splitting, which lets you safely test out new updates. Now, just like in a real apartment building, you've got different floor plans. And in App Engine, this is a super important distinction. You got two main choices, the standard environment and the flexible environment. Okay, so the standard environment is your classic move-in ready apartment. It's got everything you need, it runs in a super secure sandbox, and it uses specific optimized language runtimes. It's incredibly fast to deploy, and, this is huge, it can scale all the way down to 0 instances, which saves you a ton of money. Now, the flexible environment, think of that as more of a customizable townhouse. It actually runs your code inside a Docker container. This means you can bring any language you want or even your own custom code libraries. It also unlocks full networking power. So let's say your app needs to talk to an old database back at your office over a secure VPN. Well, for that, you're going to need the flexible environment.
Okay, let's leave the apartment complex for a bit. Our next stop is something much smaller and way more specialized. Welcome to Cloud Functions, or what I like to call the event-driven rooms.
So we're not talking about a full-time home for your whole application here. A cloud function is just a tiny snippet of code that does one specific job. It's not running all the time. In fact, it's doing nothing until some kind of event happens that triggers it to wake up and do its thing.
And this is a perfect example of how it works. Just imagine a user uploads a photo to a cloud storage bucket. That upload, that's the event, that's the trigger. Instantly, your function spins into existence. Maybe its job is to create a smaller thumbnail version of that photo. As soon as that thumbnail is made, poof, the function just vanishes. It's gone.
And here's the magic. This is the coolest part. You are only billed for the time your function is actually running. We're talking down to the millisecond. If your code isn't executing, you are paying absolutely nothing.
Yeah, 0. The cost is 0. The number of servers running is 0. This whole idea is called scaling to 0, and it is one of the most powerful things about serverless computing. It makes it unbelievably cost-effective for any task that doesn't need to be running 24/7.
All right, time for our final stop on the tour. And this one is really cool because it kind of combines the best features of the other two. Let's talk about Cloud Run, the high-tech, portable container homes of the cloud.
The magic word for Cloud Run is containers. The idea is you package up your application and all of its dependencies, every little thing it needs to run, into a standard container image. It's like putting your whole house into a perfectly organized box. Then you just hand that box to Cloud Run, and it takes care of running it for you. It's the ultimate portability.
And this container home is just so incredibly flexible. You can run pretty much anything you can stick in a container. Just like App Engine, it can handle web requests from users, but like Cloud Functions, it can also be triggered by background events, like a message showing up in a pub subqueue. And, you guessed it, it also gets that amazing scale down to 0 feature. On top of all that, it gives you really powerful traffic splitting, so you can roll out new versions with confidence.
So here's the bottom line. If you're already building your apps with containers, and you love the idea of a platform that just takes care of everything for you, that auto-scales, and where you only pay for what you use, well, Cloud Run is almost certainly your answer.
It is the perfect sweet spot between total flexibility and dead simple operation.
Okay, whew, we've toured the apartments, we've peeked into the single rooms, and we've checked out the high-tech portable homes. Now it's time to put it all together and figure out how you sign the lease on the right property for your code.
Let's recap with our little housing guide. You've got App Engine, your managed department, which is amazing for web apps when you just want to focus on code and not servers. Then you have Cloud Functions, your single task room, perfect for those small event-driven jobs. And finally, Cloud Run, the portable container home, giving you the ultimate flexibility for pretty much any containerized service, while still getting that sweet scale to zero pricing.
And listen, this is probably the most important thing to take away from all of this. There is no single best service. The only thing that matters is which one is the best fit for your application. What are its needs? Do you need to install custom software? Is your traffic going to be spiky and unpredictable? Are you already building with containers? The answers to those questions are what will point you to the right choice.
So, the next time you're ready to deploy something new, just take a second and ask yourself, what kind of home does my code really need? Is it a managed apartment, a temporary room for a quick job, or is it a flexible, portable container? Once you answer that, you'll know exactly where to go in the Google Cloud neighborhood. I really hope this helps you find that perfect home for your code.